supposedly an absolute.
My wife
fucking
loves
dude.
him.
I love him.
Like, honestly, she loves him. It used to be Henry Cavill that she loved, but now it's starting to be Pedro Pascal.
Love
Yeah,
it.
working in that. I have though just watched The Last of Us.
Nice. Like, so have I.
Like, so have I.
Funny that.
Like, so have I.
Almost like we knew we were going to be talking about it.
As if, right? But no one else has watched it, just us.
No, obviously, we got like special access.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I
yeah,
finished
yeah.
the whole
watched it
season.
months
In it,
ago.
bro.
Yeah. Before the game came out. Like,
Yeah, right.
I saw the original script.
I had a coffee with Pedro and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Standard top bloke.
Top guy,
Top
man.
bloke.
Yeah,
I've heard he's
decent.
actually a really sound guy.
He
He's
is, yeah.
supposedly an absolute.
My wife
fucking
loves
dude.
him.
I love him.
Like, honestly, she loves him. It used to be Henry Cavill that she loved, but now it's starting to be Pedro Pascal.
I've seen like a trend of
Yeah.
that. I feel like a lot of people.
I've seen loads of trends of that. She sends me the TikToks very often, all the time.
What, like, why can't you look like this?
Yeah.
Vote for Pedro.
Bro, I'm serious. She
Nah,
can have
bro.
it. She can have him. Pedro, if you're watching,
Yeah. Homie.
Here's my address.
Yeah.
come and pick her up.
First of all, fantastic work recently.
Oh,
But
for
also-
real. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No, but-
why.
No, what do you think of it then?
It's sick.
It's mint.
It's really good.
Yeah.
They're staying really true to the game in some aspects. I know there's one big controversial point where they have strayed from the game.
Yeah.
Oh, word of warning. If you
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
watched it yet.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to possibly be dropping some spoilers if you haven't played the game or watched it yet. So be careful, be advised. This is your only warning for now.
Yeah.
So
You can come back in about half an hour, 25
Something
minutes,
like
half
that,
an
yeah.
hour.
yeah.
Rejoin. We'll probably have moved on from Last of Us. So spoiler warning ahead for the next 25-ish minutes.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
So, look or something.
Thank
Love
you.
y'all. So yeah, there is one bit, and we'll get to it, where people are saying, that's not how it went down in the game. The funny thing is with stuff like this, I think, is that with a book that's kind of open to some form of interpretation of the imagination of how you see things playing out, like the tone of someone's voice and stuff.
Yeah.
When you're taking a game and you're making a TV series off it, and you deviate just a little bit,
Yeah.
people will go back to the
Because
game
you
and go,
already
it's
know.
right there.
You already
homie."
know exactly what this thing. If it's a
Oh.
tiny thing, what it looks like.
Both ways, though, as well. If it's a game first,
Yeah.
to go to a film, or a film to a game.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You'll always have that original source point that your brain goes to, and if it deviates in the newer
Yeah.
one, you're like,
Yeah.
nah, that's
He
not
doesn't
right.
sound like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's something they were saying with Pedro Pascal, wasn't it? They
Yeah.
were like, he's not the split image of Joel.
Yeah, you expected someone. You
Yeah.
did expect someone who was like, because he's a big guy.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
what's good about Pedro is he's come into the role because you saw Joel as a father figure, didn't you?
Yeah.
Through the whole series.
Yeah.
He's a father figure.
He
But
was always my daddy.
Yeah, same. So I didn't see him being that, but that's because I've only seen him in Game of Thrones and him playing a prince. Someone who was quite up their own arse.
Yeah.
and
He's an Oberon. or
yeah, he's
something.
Prince Oberyn, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've only seen him in that setting. So I've not seen him in something brand new, especially something where everyone already recognises a character. So I wouldn't have put him there, but I can't imagine it being someone else now.
No.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people were thinking. They were really thinking, is Pedro going to be the right choice for this?
Yeah.
Because obviously, Joel's he's a gritty, miserable to the point guy because
Yeah.
he's had such a traumatic, like so many people,
Yeah.
and obviously in that universe, such a traumatic time. Like at the beginning,
Yeah.
man, when I first played the game, that first bit, I cried, man. I was so invested off the bat, which is what I think is so amazing about this universe is you can get so invested with the characters so
Yeah, you
quickly.
can,
And people just thought it wasn't going to be a good choice for him, but I think he's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, they've absolutely nailed it.
He's
They've
amazing.
crushed it with him. He's so good.
What I also want to say is that scene is they nailed every bit of it.
It was like for like,
It's-
one
yeah,
to one.
it
Wasn't
is the exact same,
I was
yeah.
watching it with Chloe, and because she hasn't played the game, obviously.
Yeah.
And I was like, "This is mad. This is literally
Yeah.
exactly even a lot of the script to the game."
Yeah, I was saying the same thing.
And it's
to
not
Hannah,
a bad thing. It's
No,
perfect.
no,
That's
it
what
is.
you want.
It was perfect. It was, and even from the scenery, from driving the car from being behind all three of
Yep.
them to the car crashing
Yeah.
to everything going up until them rolling down the hill. You as someone who's played the game, you know what's happening.
Yeah, of course.
And it's still sad.
Mad
But-
sad, bro.
For someone who's not watched it, it's such a nice first experience for them as well. And us watching it
Yeah.
and seeing what they're going through. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
It is great.
Class.
The thing I love about like that beginning sequence is, you know, like the flashback, the back in time part, you know. The thing that's I really appreciated about it was, you know, when you see other like apocalypse, kind of zombie apocalypse things, the setup of like the downfall of humanity and stuff can take a while to get through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With The Last of Us, they do it in a way where it's not rushed, but it is not long-winded.
No.
Like you see the changes, like you get the news, then you get you know, the police cars with the fire engine going past, and it's all blurry, you know, in the background.
Yeah.
But you know exactly kind of what's going on. You know what you're in for.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then, you know, the person comes out like, you need to fucking leave, get out of here.
Yeah.
Watch gets fixed. She goes and visits the family.
Yeah.
The grandma starts twitching,
Tweaking, bro.
and, you know,
Yeah,
giving it-
they foreshadow a lot, though.
and you
but not
get
for
in it.
too
But
long,
it's all
where
within
it's
this 10,
boring.
all within
This is
10,
it.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's great.
You know, like you can. There's obviously it's been done so many times before. It's hard not to say there's certain cliches. The grandma sat there starting to tweak. I would consider a
Yeah.
cliche. That thing over your
True.
the person over your shoulder turning into a zombie kind of.
It's a proper horror film cliche.
It is,
Definitely.
Yeah.
but they nailed it, right?
Oh,
like
God,
they
yeah.
got it down to the point, because then it's not like they got up or anything. They
Yeah.
just
They
twitched a
planted the
little bit.
seed of that for later on. And when the dog was barking at her as well.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
the dog
just
at
staring
the
at
end
her.
is just
yeah. Oh,
What's good
goosebumps.
is what you can't do that with a game. Like
No.
you can't long-wind the first bit of a game because you
No.
want to throw the person in straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because someone's just going to either not play it or it's just going to end up, you know, people slating it straight away.
Yeah.
But like with a game, you want to be in the action as soon as possible. So that's what the game did.
Yeah.
So what I liked about the series is they didn't give you like this big chunk of backstory
Yeah.
and everything. They did it exactly how the game was and
Yep.
threw you into the action. So by the end of the first episode, you're in the thick of this series and
Absolutely.
everything's happened.
Yeah.
You know, so the pilot episode for it was kind of giving everyone everything on a plate there and then, but that's exactly what the game would have done because that keeps you playing the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Like can't.
I like how in the show there was that initial 10 minutes prior to shit going south.
Yeah.
Because obviously in the game starts with you as the daughter waking up out of bed, and straight away it's Joel running through the door going, you know, are you all right? Don't go outside and follow me. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
You know, it's that extra 10 minutes of backstory
Yeah.
for people that haven't played the games to go, who is this person?
Yeah.
Get an understanding. All right, okay, yeah, that's the daughter. He's the grumpy dad figure. Then you get a bit of Uncle Tommy as well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but as well, it's all within. The backstory of it is what they explain it so well, where you know exactly what's going on. It's dead short. It's dead punchy.
Yeah.
yeah.
But like they give, because it's so hard hitting as well, with a dying at the beginning.
Yeah.
You got no choice but to watch because
Yeah.
you're like, I don't know how the fuck this because you expect when something like that happens is you expect them two to be the main characters, don't
Yes.
you? You expect
Yeah.
this is about them, but it's not,
No.
because that
Yeah.
big part of getting to know that girl who's going through school and doing her own work and like going to the neighbour's house and like all this, you get to know him straight away, but then she's gone then.
Yeah.
And it's like, how is this gonna spiral, and how is this guy gonna spiral? And you
Yeah.
see him go from grumpy to even grumpier.
Yeah.
And then that was Joel, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was exactly what it was. So
it's just done so well as well.
it has. I was scared though, as anyone
Mm.
would be with any video game or film adaptation. There's always going to be that in the back of your mind. This is going to be arse.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I'm so glad it's done the way it's been done the way it's done, but how well it's doing.
yeah,
as well.
definitely.
Yeah, I want them to keep this pacing.
Yes.
I'm really happy with how it's
Me too.
being paced.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, The Last of Us as a game was about a 12-hour completion, something along
Yeah,
those
roughly
lines.
about that.
Yeah, it
Wasn't
wouldn't
as-
have been
10,
long.
12
yeah,
hour.
it was a very heavy linear story game. It's not like it dragged out for hundreds of hours like a Skyrim or anything.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
You've got, so you know, as a gamer, as someone who's played the game, I actually didn't play it. I watched someone else play it
Yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think it was Frankie on TV. Really awesome guy. I like that guy. So I watched him
Top
play
guy.
it. Ah, he is. We'll get him on the show one day. You know, him and his 12mm fucking subscribers.
Just I'm right now.
Yeah. And so anyway, I watched that playthrough, and it was awesome. But I remember it only being about that many hours.
Yeah.
So, are we only gonna? Are they gonna add things? You know what I mean? Are they gonna try and? Do we think they're gonna milk it?
They're gonna have to.
Do we think they're gonna?
Well, from what I've seen, it's 9 episodes. It says when you're watching it, there's 9 episodes.
Yeah,
There's going to be 9 episodes. If they're about an hour long, that adds up to about the full events of the game.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're going to add anything. I wouldn't imagine they would.
I mean, they shouldn't. They shouldn't have to anyway. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all there, innit?
Yeah, I mean, they know that this game is huge. They
Yeah.
know the fan base is loyal.
Yeah.
They know that it's one of the best-selling games of all time, kind of thing. So they're not going to change anything. They've been given on a silver platter.
They have, to be fair.
A great
the plot's
series,
there.
yes.
It's literally written,
What's
mate.
there? The script's there. The scenery's all done for you.
And they're like, fuck it, dinosaurs, add them in.
Hollow Earth theory, baby.
We'll get the Nazis. Oh no, they're these zombie Nazis.
Oh, no.
So cliche.
Well, from going from zombies, actually. So, my wife doesn't really like zombie stuff. So I've tried to get her to watch Walking Dead and these types of series, you know, post-apocalyptic, and she absolutely can't stand them. Which is fair enough, you know, because literally Walking Dead in a nutshell is, oh shit, we need something over there, but there's loads of zombies in the way, and that's literally the Walking Dead.
Every episode.
Every episode. Well, shit, we need to go over there, but we can't. We need to find a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, The Walking Dead's got such a following, right? But with The Last of Us, she really enjoys it. Like, really enjoys it because it's not massively focused on there being, like, even though it's not obviously the infections and whatever, but it's not massively on the getting everyone infected or being so down about everything and whatever. There's humor aspects. There's so many, like, Ellie's funny. Do you know what I mean? Eating a sandwich. Do you know what I mean? I've seen memes about Joel with his assault rifle and you know, her with a sandwich. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, it's got so many things that are different to like The Walking Dead or like all these other zombie related kind of cliche films that you expect. It's just so much different. Like there's the slow parts with the walking around the city, the suspense, and walking through the museum, like all that kind of stuff was stuff that you don't get in horror in zombie films anymore. They're all just like World War Z
non-stop.
You know what I mean?
Dude.
The museum bit.
Oh, mate, so good.
Right. So, the bit just preceding that when they're on the highway.
Yeah.
And you hear that scream in the distance.
Yeah.
And they all just, like, it was so... I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that scene because it was this moment of all three of them stopped dead.
Yeah.
It was almost like you could imagine on set they weren't told they were going to... or when they were going to hear it, but when they did, it meant danger. So then the actors were almost showing that raw fear, a proper sense of...
class actors, aren't they?
Oh, they are. What an amazing cast. But you heard that, and Ellie's like, "What was that?" And like, they're like,
"Keep moving."
But they act like parents almost instantly.
Yeah.
They're like, "Don't worry about it. We need to move."
Especially when they know the importance of her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at first, he started off being like, "Just fucking come with us, like just whatever,
get
we'll
this
do
job
this,
done,
get it done." And that. But then they realise what's actually happening.
Yeah.
And then
the when Ellie's saying about how she knows about the infected, and then she's like, apparently there's big ones that blow up and spread loads of spores, and them two look at each other like, nah, don't be silly. Everyone who's played the game's like, God, like, they are bastards.
Yeah, they don't know what's going on.
And then she's like, and apparently there's some that can see like bats, and then they're like, oh fuck, because they know they have dealt with them ones before, and they're like, oh shit. And then even I heard in my back of my head, dark room, sat in my computer chair, and all I heard was
it's fucking minging. I love it though.
Yeah.
Right, I've got a question. I don't know if you can answer it.
Go on.
At the end, we all know what happened at the end.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, episode
but
6.
the guy, the clicker that
yeah,
was he the guy on the stairs in the museum that they saw who was dead, that Ellie found?
No, probably not. I don't
No.
think so.
Because he was dead.
His face had no fungus on it, didn't it?
It didn't, but it shows how. But he was dead, and
He
it
was
sh-
dead,
it-
yeah.
Yeah,
and he was,
no. All of that lot came from outside the museum. They were part of the crew that were getting hit by the ray of light as the sun was moving. Because
Right.
the spores, when it started like touching
Yeah.
their hands, that sent the message through the channels all the way outside the building to the hordes.
Right.
The guy in the building, he was just dead.
Right.
Like-
Because I, for some reason, I recognised him. As in, I recognised him as
right.
being the one from the building.
No.
As in, it had
Oh, I
spread
see what
that
you
fast.
mean,
So
I see
he's
what you
become
mean.
one, and he's ended up fucking and done
No,
that to her.
but that would have been sick.
Because the one
Maybe-
that,
I might need to
the
rewatch
one
it,
that
I'm pretty
did
sure it
that
is,
was
isn't
the
it?
one in the main room that they were in.
Yeah, that's what I
wasn't
mean.
it?
When they walked into the museum, right, they were like walking through, and everything was dead dry, wasn't it? Then they found him, and he was dead. Wasn't
Yeah.
it?
And then they carried on through.
And they carried on through.
Did that?
That circle round
yeah.
to him running from the museum to where they were at that whatever it was. Can't remember what it was. Like a facility, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was him. I swear to God, I feel like it was. I swear
Right.
genuinely.
Okay.
Let us
I'm
know.
gonna Google it.
Google it, bro.
Let us know.
Yeah.
I'm going to go after this. I'm going to go and figure it out. But if any of y'all can tell us now, or if you want to let us know in the YouTube comments, guys on TikTok, let us know.
Yeah, let us know if
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
Thanks for joining,
yeah.
by the way. I can
Yeah,
see
yeah.
a few people there.
Yeah,
as
so-
Yeah, it's
Hello.
awesome. Thank you for joining. Yeah, that.
Yeah, I know it's curveball. I swear to God, I just recognised the guy. I'm sure it was.
They did the clicker scene right, didn't they?
Oh, spot on.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, like the backdrop, like the roof collapses behind.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
her name? Is it Tess?
Tess,
Yeah, Tess and Ellie. And then Joe's like, oh, for fuck's sake, gets him up, and then all you hear is. You're like, oh no! Even I started
Yeah.
holding on to my
It's
the arms of my
brilliant,
chair.
But it's brilliant that doorway scene when the shit falls. That's like a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I was just
like
about to say,
yeah.
at that scene,
Quick time moment.
Chloe looked at me and she went, it's filmed like a game. And
Yeah,
I was like,
mate.
it is, and
It
that's
is.
what we want. But
Yeah.
they do it so well. Because one of my things with the game is, and this might piss off a lot of people, I don't know, is the actual gameplay of the game is mid beyond fuck. But I was so
Yeah.
invested in the
Yeah.
story and the cutscenes. I was working my way through this hip cover shooting.
Yeah,
and
yeah, man.
running. I didn't care for that stuff. The story was so good. That's what kept me playing,
But
and I
that's-
enjoyed it so much.
It's what kept most people. It
Yeah.
wasn't. It's not a game known for its fluid mechanics. It is pretty janky, and when you're
Yeah,
trying to
Yeah.
when you're bricking a clicker and stuff, that's
Fuck off!
I'm
Yeah, that-
breaking me clickers
yeah,
here,
that's
boys.
some London grime right there, isn't it?
Bricking me clickers.
Bricking me clicker.
Yeah. Let's go.
But when you're doing that, it's got that Hitman level of when you throw the suitcase,
suitcase.
In Hitman and it just heat seeks around corners.
Yeah.
It's the same concept.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm waiting for them to do that in the show. Just
Same.
fucking yeet a brick or something or
Yeah,
a
They
bottle.
will. They've got to do it.
They have to do
You're
it.
like a bottle.
Yeah,
You know
that
what I mean?
classic.
They have to do it.
Classic.
But you're right. You can see these quick time events, and you can see these moments where it's that's game. That's
Yeah,
a game
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like that was a quick check. You pressed X at the
Had
right
I
time.
said it-
Absolutely.
Hannah said it was like Jurassic Park. Like, you know, when they
Oh,
Yes, the Velociraptor scene.
yeah.
Yeah.
Spot on like
it was
that.
spot on.
So like that.
With him,
Absolute shout.
coming next to his head and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Oh. No, it was spot on.
I was honestly bricking it though in that scene.
Yeah,
like
same.
the bit when it's when it finally shit hits the fan and it's just from Ellie going, and it just turns and you're like,
Yeah,
no!
you bastard.
Disgusting.
Uh-huh.
Shut up! what one of my favourite bits, it's like a 2-second bit, is when Tess and Ellie are running,
Yeah.
and Joel's fighting the
Yeah.
clicker, and they just turn, goes to him for a second, he watches the clicker knock the gun out of his hands, and it's back to them, and I'm like, that is so perfect, like a
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
spot on.
It is, isn't it?
Like, oh man, that was so tense, that scene. Loved it.
I know.
Oh,
So, Blue's just confirmed that it's not the guy.
Oh,
Which
not the
is-
same guy.
which-
Thank you, Blue.
Which
Sorry, bro.
I'm actually fuming about because he should have done that.
at HBO,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Why? Ruined it.
Cancel the show! Nah, it's a sad, bro. But thank you for confirming that, dude.
Thanks, Blue.
So, one thing I wanted to touch on, which is to do with it, the actual fungus.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really interesting thing. When the game came out,
Yeah.
this fungus became even more wide known.
Mm.
And it's a real thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And it only affects ants. But the whole concept was, well, what if part of it changed? Because cordyceps itself is like a bracket. It's like a genome of a certain type of fungus.
You're right.
And then you've got like loads of different branching ones. But essentially, cordyceps is known as the caterpillar fungus because it produces spores that look like caterpillars. And then this one is the one based off ants. It's the zombie ant fungus. It's got a more Italian name to
That
it.
old zombie ant fungus.
I know. I'm going to actually. I need to remind myself. I'm going to
we
get
need to start a band.
Yeah. What's the full name for our band?
The full name for your band is Ophiocordyceps unilateralis.
Yes, mate, I'd see them live.
Absolute flaying and slaying.
Sorry. Going beast mode, man.
Sorry, I just ready,
fucking
mate.
love cordyceps, mate.
Fucking cannibal cordyceps.
Cannibal, yeah. Right, we're going. We're doing
send
it.
this back.
You're the kids in fucking science class. I'm there, like being the nerdy guy to the teacher.
We're setting pencils on
It's in
fire.
Latin, and you're there just.
Bunsen burner with a pencil.
Oh, bloody hell.
Hey.
So, Last of Us, these
Yeah.
fungus, yeah.
And it's a real thing, and it has
gosh.
been found in a jungle somewhere, and it affects ants. And the ant breathes in the spore, climbs up a chute, locks all of its mandibles into the chute, dies. Cordyceps eats the ant and then grows out of the brain.
Yeah,
fires
this
off more
little
spores.
spine out, and
Yeah,
it's horrible.
It is fucking horrific.
Imagine that actually happened to a person. That's fucking
Well,
vile.
yeah.
It's not out of the realms of possibility. Like, that's the whole point, is
Yeah,
that
exactly.
all it takes is one mutation. All it takes is one person observing the fungus to breathe it in and then not have the right immune system or not have the right genetic makeup, and all of a sudden, it would happen. And when they, is it the beginning of the second episode where they take the doctor?
Oh,
The police take.
that's beginning of episode 1, isn't it?
No,
No,
that's
no,
that is
yeah.
episode 2.
Beginning
yeah,
of
when
episode
they
1
put
is
in
the
that police
talk show in
car.
the 60s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they're taking the doctor, and she's a microbiologist
Yeah.
specializing in cordyceps, and she's like, "Why have you mixed it with this? It's they're going,
Oh,
because this is from a human."
Yeah,
And they're
it's
like-
human sample, yeah.
she goes, and you can see the hole in the guy's head, which
Yeah.
is where it would grow out of.
That's because he shot him.
No,
though.
they shot him in the head.
They shot him in the head.
Did they? I
Yeah.
I thought it was.
No,
they
it's
shot
because he
him in the
shot him
head.
in the head.
They
fair
said
play.
they had to shoot them.
Yeah.
And then she takes it out of his mouth. And
That
it's
was
still,
hanging.
Yeah.
That was Mengen.
Yeah. And then it starts growing and reacting because it's been
Yeah.
touched, and then it knows that there's living stuff around, so it can spread its
Yeah.
spores.
I just want to say that whole scene was brilliant. That.
It was.
It was
It
great,
was so
wasn't it?
well done.
I was so
Yeah.
on
The
edge.
fact-
Same.
Yeah.
There was just so many bits to it. Like, I appreciated even her unhooking herself, from the
Yeah,
environment.
yeah.
part of
Yeah,
the- she was just, get me the fuck out of here.
Peace.
The fact that they even thought about that she would have to unclip herself.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, that's just one of those, such a small detail.
Yeah.
And then she, they sat down and she's like, well, what do you suggest? And she's bomb it.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
bomb it
Because
all.
in the previous thing, in the 70s talk show, that guy who was saying, well, it's game over.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is the end. If this happens, if it hits that stage, we have nothing to fight it. And she was just like, bomb the city. I was like, oh my God, it's right. Because this is,
Yeah.
what, 70s? We're talking maybe 80s, mid-80s now? When they kind of find the virus and they know that it's affected humans, it's not the 70s anymore. They're not driving
Isn't
in
that
70s
still
cars.
like 2000s? It's early 2000s.
Maybe, yeah. So
That one was, yeah.
Yeah, the
2000,
second, the
2003.
microbiologist is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's just
2003,
at the start of the outbreak, so.
Yeah.
And I love that in and of itself, because that just shows that humanity can sometimes be so aware of something so critical to our survival and completely ignore it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For,
yeah.
for,
You know?
for 5 decades, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Until it becomes too late. And then all of a sudden she's like, well, you're going to have to obliterate the city. We're fucked.
Yeah, fuck now. Good now.
Just chilling.
Should have bombed it.
Yeah. Well, they did.
Yeah.
And it's just like that I absolutely adored. But it did. I lie awake. Well, I lied awake last night, and I remember when I watched Last of Us ages ago, I did the exact same thing, and I was there for ages. That haunted me. I was like, yeah, that all it takes is one dumb scientist or one
Yeah.
unfortunate person to breathe in the spores, and this is not out of the realms of possibility.
I'm
And
waiting for
it's-
it, me, man. I've always wanted a zombie apocalypse. Mate.
You're one of them.
Yeah,
Not
I
them
want.
ones, though.
Are you one of them? I am.
Got the handbook and your survival bunker.
Bro, I want a zombie apocalypse to happen just because it's just people I don't like. So, but like, you know when you just think, fucking get rid of a load of these, fucking, or get rid of a load of these. Fuck off.
There'd be no Mackey's breakfast in a zombie apocalypse.
I'll make my own. Don't worry about it.
Make your own.
I'll make
What
my
about
own.
you? What if you run out of stuff years later?
Nah. You can,
No.
bro. I can grow my own stuff.
You
Everything on.
You're gonna make your own muffins and
Yeah, mate. Bro, they are from plants.
Where's your pig?
Where's my pig? Bro, I'll get some of them pigs.
Where's your
I'll
chicken?
breed some pigs. And bro, I'll farm. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I would love a zombie apocalypse.
I
to
actually
happen.
know where to get some chickens.
Yeah, but would
I
you
know
in
a
the midst
place.
of an apocalypse?
Yeah, it's around the corner. I know. There's a house.
Are you one of
You
those?
know a
don't
guy.
want
I
one?
know a guy.
So you don't want one?
I don't want one. Why would I want one? I want 99% of the people in the world to die.
No, I didn't say that.
You
No,
did.
I'm not weird. No. I mean, like,
I'm not weird.
It'd just be good to.
Why
Like.
would it be good? Give me 3 reasons why it would be good.
You can kill zombies and kill things whenever you want.
That should be neutral. That shouldn't be good or bad.
The world
really.
is kind of free, and you can just do what you want, kind of thing, innit?
Oh no, you'd be one of those like horrible bandit
Is it though?
slavers. That's
Because
what you'd be.
it's not in
No,
Last of
I
Us.
wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'd be like
do what I want.
Negan.
no.
Like Last of Us isn't though. You've got the
You've got the whole
dictatorship of
factions
the
and
you've
stuff.
got the
Yeah, I think-
military
Oh,
dictatorship.
Fedra.
You've
Yeah,
like-
it's,
and then you could go Roman. Oh my god, the scenery when they go outside the quarantine.
Oh, it's class.
Yeah, it's
it's
mint.
brilliant.
Oh,
isn't
it's
man.
so good, isn't it?
Mhm.
There was like maybe 1 or 2 moments where I thought the CGI's a little. There's a moment where they're walking out of like a building. They go down a road in between some cars. Like they put one.
Yeah,
car
I
in the
know what you
background,
mean. Yeah, I
And I
know.
was like, that's a little. I can see the green screen, wobbling a little bit.
I know
there.
exactly the scene. You
Yeah.
unlike ours.
Unlike ours, which is
Which is
fucking
pristine.
flawless.
Absolutely top notch.
Like we've got birds flying in ours. Look at that.
Professional. Oh yeah, exactly.
Do we?
Yeah, we froze them
Wow.
there in midair.
I know. Yeah. Look at all these bears.
Holy shit!
Whoa!
People on TikTok are like, man, this guy's an idiot.
I know. Yeah. What a muppet.
As he leaves the green.
Yeah. No. The Last of Us, like the scenery and stuff. Like what was dead nice is the fact that it's just untouched landscapes.
Yeah.
Well, exactly like the game was.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? It was just exactly like the game. But yeah, like for comparison, I went and found on IGN some of the comparisons that they found, and compared to the game. And I do have them on my iPad. Well, you won't be able to see them on the stream, but we'll be able to talk about them.
Yeah, cool.
So you'll be able to see them here. So the watch scene, we all know the watch scene.
Yep.
Yeah, that was from the Officer series, and that was for the game.
Yeah.
That's iconic, I think. The watch series would be. I did see as well the fact that she's wearing the same T-shirt.
She is.
She's wearing the exact same
The
T-shirt.
detail. All the outfits are like spot on.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Like that was that scene from the car, being in the car going through the lanes.
Yeah. The police go past the police go to the left and he's like, go right.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the exact same signage.
It is.
The exact same
In
signage.
the exact same position, the exact same layout. You've
Yeah.
got small, then a circle, then another small.
Yeah. You've got of the fire, house on fire,
yeah.
the exact same house on fire.
Yep.
Yeah, it's through the city as we've seen. It's the exact same.
Yeah.
What else?
Oh.
Being carried, the really sad
Yeah,
moments.
mega sad moment.
Mega sad of him holding his daughter before she's dead.
She's dead in a hedge.
Military man stood there ready to pop clogs.
Yeah.
Your boy, holding him, holding his
Yeah.
daughter there as well.
Yeah.
Fucking
What we'll
mad.
do is when we take a break later on, we will put this in the chat so you guys can go and have a look at the
We'll
thing.
link
And
it.
for the guys on YouTube, we'll put it in the description as well, just so you can see.
But it's little details that you wouldn't even think about, like cleaning Tess's face,
Yeah.
wiping
Yeah.
Tess's face there as well. The scene in the corridors where she's been shot after it all kicking off. Ellie looking out the window,
Yeah, the best bit where I first was like, oh yeah, the scripting's on point, was that bit when she's like, you mumble in your sleep, and I was like, I just felt like I was playing the game. I was like, oh.
It's crazy, isn't it? When he jumps onto the sofa and he's just like, you fucking do what you want.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. It's,
perfect.
We will link it, but
yes,
that's just small bits that they just obviously paid so much attention to detail.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
There's a scene where he's drinking his whiskey, planning out his trip, right? He takes the pills, and then he walks over to his bed and he just does that amazing like swivel flop on the bed, and the camera angle when it's looking at him in bed, that right there is the fade to black, fade to your next like gaming bit, like like
that's exactly
that camera angle was literally a game scene. It really was.
That was the end scene checkpoint, save.
Mate,
it was.
Trophy unlocked.
Someone should do that. I want to see someone take The Last of Us, like the TV series, and just put autosave in the bottom right every now and then, like every 10, 15 minutes.
And add a little trophy pop-ups. That would be good. That would be really good.
So it's got to about 45 minutes. Should we take a little break